What is up, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness with another episode of the Niner Sickness podcast. I'm making this live podcast because I want to talk to you, the viewers. I want to get your guys' input. What are your thoughts on this whole 49er situation? How do you feel about being 3-4? How do you feel that every year we start the season slow? What are your thoughts about Kyle Shanahan? What are your thoughts about Jimmy Garoppolo? Do they both need to go? Are we oversaturating about Kyle Shanahan? Is he overrated? We're going to find out right after this.
Roll up to the party, roll up to the party. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. How's everybody doing? Man, oh man, there's so much to be upset about. There's so much things to talk about. This whole season of 2022 hasn't quite gone the way that we wanted it to. Starting with week 2 against the freaking Seahawks, where we lost our quarterback, Trey Lance, to injury. Jimmy is still on the roster. Jimmy's the starter now. Is Kyle Shanahan overrated? Or do we need to trust the process, like Brian said? I want to know your guys' feelings. This whole show right now is to get your perspective on how you feel about your San Francisco 49ers. You don't have to be right. You don't have to be wrong. How do you feel? What are your emotions? Are you pissed off? Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you embarrassed from the game that we watched on Sunday? Is that 49er football? Was there pride in watching our asses get kicked from one side of the field to the other? I don't know about you, but that type of football is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Who is to blame? Who is to blame for that loss and the way we lost to the Chiefs? Before we go any further, please make sure to hit that like button and smash it. Smash it hard. Let me put this frame on real quick. Boom. I am so frustrated, man. Let me get to the comments real quick. We got Mariah in the house. 49er Faithful Lee is in the house. How you doing? Let's go, she says. Clean those stinking feet. Thank you, Mariah. Appreciate it very, very much. We got Tom in the house. What's up, Tom? How you doing? Brian's in the house. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you, my friend. We got 49er Throwback. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. We got Uncle Austin Blackwood. How you doing, Uncle? Welcome. How you doing, man? I am doing great. Coach, Brian says, trust the process. Oz, what's up? Welcome. No, not unless you can replace him with someone better. Okay. And we're going to talk about that. Absolutely. Give me a second. All right, let me do it like this. All right, it's not Jimmy. It's the effing coach, Beto. The coach. I don't know if we got to put responsibility on Kyle Shanahan. Absolutely. Does Kyle Shanahan need to take responsibility for his actions? Absolutely. But damn, Austin, it is Jimmy. It is absolutely Jimmy. Jimmy is terrible. Nope, I'm just getting tired of the mistakes we keep doing weekly in games. It's getting annoying and frustrating. I hear you, throwback. I hear you, man. It sucks being 3-4. I think Kyle is a great coach, but too much scripted. He can't react. Those are the things that I've been hearing. Those are the things that I've been hearing about Coach Shanahan. He scripts the plays, and the 15 to 20 script plays he does, he manages to get points. But after that, he seems lost. What's up, Paul Steele? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel. We got Maverick in the house. How you doing, Maverick? Stop stirring up the pot, Beto. Haha. Stay faithful and support your... There's a thing about supporting your team, and there's a thing about expressing how you feel. I support the 49ers. I have their tattoo on my hand, and I got it right here. I support the San Francisco 49ers. What I don't support is the way they've been playing football. I don't support the way they've been playing football. Give me a second, guys. It is unexcusable to get your butt kicked 44-23. And not even the score. It's the way we got our butts kicked. I don't know about you guys, but that's unacceptable. I've been a 49er since the 70s. I've had my ups and I had my downs. Now, I've been spoiled with 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Joe Montana and Steve Young. And a little bit of Jeff Garcia. But other than that, who else have we had? Maybe decent quarterbacks would be Kaepernick and Alex Smith. But other than that, who else has really been a good quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers? Kimberly, welcome, Kimberly. How you doing? We got Eddie in the house from our Facebook page. What's up, Eddie? How you doing, sir? Jimmy is at best average quarterback. We paid him $20 million to throw short slant screen passes. You know what they should do for every interception he throws? We take $5,000 or $20,000 or whatever. He might be more hesitant to throw those damn interceptions. We have to hope we can get healthy and put a run together. You know what, Oz? I am frustrated with the 49ers right now, but the reality is if we beat the Rams, and we're going to talk about that right now. If we beat the Rams, we go into the bye 4-4. And the Rams are very beatable. Let's keep it real. The Rams are beatable. The Rams' offensive line is terrible. They have no run threat. Their only 2 best pass catchers is Kupp and their tight end. Jefferson might play, but he hasn't really played. Our defense is getting healthier. We should be able, now we have CMC for a complete week of practice prior to the Rams game. So we are set to beat the Rams. We beat the Rams, we're 4-4. We go into the bye. We continue to get healthy. CMC continues to get acclimated with the offense. He keeps building rapport with Jimmy. We come out of the bye. We face the LA Chargers. I almost said San Diego. The LA Chargers. The way they played against the Seahawks, they're losing players left and right, the Chargers. That is a very winnable game. We win that game coming out of the bye. All suddenly, we are 5-4. Then we play the Arizona Cardinals, which even though Arizona Cardinals played very well on Thursday Night Football, I am not impressed with that. Now, my concern is the ability to stop a mobile quarterback. That is the concern. Can we contain the outside and keep Kyle Murray from running? If we can contain him, I know D-Hop is back. But their defense is not the same defense as before. And by the time we get to that game, CNC will be more acclimated to the offense. We win that game, we're now 6-4. Then I believe we play the Saints, who have not been playing good football either. We get them at home. We can be 7-4. So this team can turn it around. This team can start stacking up wins. The question is, what is Jimmy going to do when the pressure comes after him? Why does Jimmy throw these balls the way he does when pressure? I don't understand that. Please help me out. Please help me out. What's up, Gary Speeds is in the house. How you doing? Seed. Love the Niners. We just need to get the offense going. Whether we have a good quarterback or receivers, need to catch the ball. We need to have good run. We need to do something other than over our offensive line. Listen, I think looking at the all 22, the offensive line wasn't that bad, other than Mike McClinchy. OMG. I don't know what to say about Mike McClinchy. He is just terrible. It seems like he was on skates for the most of the game, being pushed right into Jimmy. Mike McClinchy cannot stop any good pass rusher. That is a problem. The bright side of this is that Aaron Banks has not allowed a freaking sack in 7 games. In 7 games, he has not allowed a sack. Trent Williams kind of got burned a little bit on Sunday, but you know what? He's coming back from an injury. We're going to give him an opportunity to adapt. Hold on, guys. Nobody wants to talk to you, iPad. Hold on, guys. I don't know why this iPad starts talking on its own. So, Trent Williams will get his act together. He's a pro. He's a pro's pro. Right guard, Spencer Burford, has been playing decent. I don't know what to say about the center. I really don't know what to say about Jake Brendo. Really don't know what to say about Brendo, man. But Aaron Banks, Trent Williams, Spencer Burford, and hopefully we can fix the right tackle. We'll be okay. Now, this team can turn it around. It absolutely can. But I'm going to be honest. I'm disappointed in the way we played on Sunday. And I know a lot of people say, well, you got to be positive. Yes, let's be positive. This team can turn it around. Yes, the 49ers can turn it around. We can beat and we'll beat the Rams, be in 4-4, and start building on the wins. But we are entitled, I am entitled as a fan to express how I feel. You are entitled to express how you feel. I know a lot of you want Kyle Shanahan to be fired. I know a lot of you guys don't want Jimmy to play anymore. And those are valid feelings. Whether they should act upon it or not, that's a whole different thing. But if you want Kyle Shanahan fired, that's your feelings, that's your thought, and you deserve it. Now, I'm not saying that we should fire Kyle for the fact that there's honestly nobody that we can replace him with. And I said this once and I keep saying it again. I can't really evaluate Kyle without watching him coach Trey Lance for a year. I want to see what Kyle Shanahan and Trey Lance can do at the hip for a year to truly get a true feeling about what we should do with Kyle. To me, wanting him fired by the end of the season is prematurely. We're not going to see who's going to develop Trey. And remember, if we fire Kyle and we bring in a new coach, and let's say John Lynch decides to leave also, the new regime might not want Trey Lance. They may want to go after their own quarterback. So my question to you is this. Without watching what Trey Lance can do, is it really wise to fire Shanahan? I understand your emotions want it that way. You're feeling that way. You're pissed off. He's arrogant. He's not accountable for a lot of his play calling. I understand that. And it's okay to be pissed. But who's going to develop Trey Lance if we get rid of Kyle? And that's the things that we need to look at deeply when even though we're emotional and we're pissed, we got to let our emotions calm down and realize, okay, I may be pissed at Kyle. Kyle might be an idiot. He might make some bonehead plays. He might be arrogant. He may not always be the best coach, but he's the best we got right now. And I want to see what we can do with Trey Lance. Thank you, David, for that. Appreciate that. Tackle that like, sack that subscribe, and Steph arm the notification bell. Appreciate that. Of course, he's the head coach. He's the one in charge. You brought him back. Steven Ortega's in the house. What's up, Steven? Welcome, brother. I do believe we will beat the Rams. Absolutely. 100%. My prediction was 30-17 49ers against the Rams. That's my prediction. The Niners are going to take out their aggression, that embarrassment they felt against the Chiefs. They're going to take it out on their little brother, the Rams. Because we know the Rams are the little brothers of the San Francisco 49ers. I don't care what Ram fans say. They have 2 rings, we have 5. Our rings may be old. They may have cobwebs. We have maybe not won a Super Bowl since 95. That is all true. Our rings are full of cobwebs, but we still have 5. 5 cobwebs rings compared to their 2. So if you hear the Ram fans saying that we're the little brother, they're mistaken. The 49ers are the big brother. And big brothers always take care of little brother. I don't care how little brother feels they're tough and they can handle. They come up with big brother wins a kick in their behind. And that's what's going to happen on Sunday. Big brother, which is the 49ers, is going to play little brother, the Rams. They're going to take out their frustration, their anger, that embarrassment of losing to the Chiefs out on the little brother. And the Rams are not going to be able to stop us. If there's any of you in the for even a minute of thinking that there's a possibility the Rams will not beat us, I am certain that we're going to defeat the Rams. This is not me being emotional. This is not me being a homer. This is me saying we beat them 7 times straight in the regular season. We're about to make it 8. This is me saying that it's whether you love Kyle Shanahan or you don't, whether you respect him or you don't. The facts are he owns Sean McVay. He can outcoach Sean McVay. And Ram fans, wow, you can beat us in the regular season, but what about the NFC Championship? Listen, you beat us 1 game. Yes, it was a big game. And we barely lost by 3 points. But we have dominated you during the season games. We're going to dominate you on Sunday. And if we face you in the playoffs, we're going to dominate you there as well. I am not afraid of the Rams. Neither should you. Bosa's going to come back to play. I heard Eric Armstead might be available. Both wards got embarrassed against Kansas City. They're going to be on their top. Hufanga's going to be out there. The pass rush is going to be relentless. It's going to go after Matthew Stafford. They're one-dimensional team. They can't stop. They can't run. So all they can do is pass. So it's not like they can run to set up the pass. They can't run. Matthew Stafford's not a mobile quarterback. Kyle needs to play the whole playbook, not this crap-ass game that was worst game that happened to bootleg, jet sweeps, that kind of play. The reality is, Austin, the 49ers have not been able to do the outside zone reads. Ever since we lost Raheem Mostert and not really had Elijah Mitchell, the outside zone has been dead. It hasn't been available. A lot of our runs, for the most part, has been down the middle. Well, now that we have CMC, and as he gets acclimated to the offense, as he gets more familiar, we're going to use him. I expect Kyle to use him on the outside and then use Junior, what's his name? Jeff Wilson Jr. down the middle. And then let's get to the bye. We'll beat the Rams. Let's get to the bye. And by that time, Elijah Mitchell should be back. Now we have due threat on the outside. Mitchell or CMC. You still have Wilson and TDP in the inside. Now, this Sunday, we are definitely going to be without Juice. For what I heard, Juice most likely won't play on Sunday. But And there's no replacing Juice. Juice is one of a kind, one hell of a fullback. But Ross Dwally has been honorable in playing in the absence of Juice in the past. And I expect a lot of Ross Dwally to handle that duties of Juice. Now, I heard that Debo may not play. That's up in the air. Hopefully he'll play on Sunday. But we have CMC. We'll be fine. I can't see the Niners losing 3 games in a row. And most importantly, we need to win this game. We will win this game. We will be 3-0 within our division. The last time we were 3-0 was in 2011. It is important to win as many games as possible. Absolutely. But you got to win your division games. You got to beat your division games. You win the division, you make the playoffs. No if or buts. You make the playoffs if you win your division. Can the Niners win this division? Absolutely. The Seahawks are playing good football. But we are a better team. We just got to play better. I don't trust Arizona. They start hot, but then they fizzle out. This division can be won by the San Francisco 49ers if they get their crap together. And they need to get it together quickly. Can you support the Niners and criticize what they do? You're absolutely, yes, you can. Just because we are faithful don't mean we got to be happy with mediocrity. It's hard for me to say that word, but you're absolutely right, Mariah. When did we settle for NFC championship games? When did we settle for NFC championship games? It should be Super Bowl or bust. What happened to the fan base? Where did our pride go? In the 80s and 90s, it was Super Bowl or bust. Get out. We don't care anything else. Now it's like, well, at least we make it to the NFC championship game. So, who gives a rat about the NFC championship game? Who does? I don't care about no NFC championship game. I want to win it all. And like Mariah said, you can criticize the 49ers and remain faithful. Listen, I can talk about Kyle. I can talk about Jimmy. I can talk about Jet York. But I still hold the emblem. The SF on my hand. I still have it tattooed right here. But I can criticize what I see. I'm not going to settle for mediocrity like Mariah said. And neither should you. You are entitled to be pissed. You are entitled to be embarrassed. You are entitled to be disgusted with what we've seen on Sunday. The 49ers were garbage on Sunday. Now, they have the capability to be great, and they will. They'll turn it around. But I'm not afraid to say they play like garbage. I'm not afraid to say that we stunk it up. I'm not afraid to say that the 49ers were not good. And I'm not going to sugarcoat things with, well, you know what, guys? Jimmy had a bad day. Kyle Shanahan, was out coached, but normally he's a good coach. DeMeco Ryans, we know he's good, but, he had a bad. No. D'Amico coached like crap. Trent, as we love him, he's a silverback, great guy, but he got burnt twice. There's no excuse for a caliber player like him. Now, everybody has their bad moments. I understand. This is why I can give Trent Williams more understand why he made those mistakes and be okay with it compared to Mike McClinchy that does it in week in, week out. And if he's not getting pushed back to the quarterback, he's committing penalties. 10 penalties. 10. Tell me you're not disgusted with your 49er team with 10 penalties. Unexcusable. They are a professional team that are committing stupid penalties. What I see, a lack of leadership. Where is the Joe Staley? Where are the Richard Sherman leadership-wise? I don't see that leadership. Do you? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Do you see that leadership that we had when Joe Staley was here? Do you see that leadership on defense when we had Sherm here? We are lacking leadership within the locker room to tell it the way it is, to tell the rest of the players this shit that we went through is unacceptable. This is not who we are. We are not a team like we played on Sunday. We are better than this. Where is that leadership? I don't see it. Do you see it? And if you do, let me know in the comments, who is that leader? Is it George Kittle? He's starting to open up a little bit. And George Kittle, I love George Kittle. But the dude worries too much about being a WWE wrestler than a freaking tight end. Let's start holding our players accountable. We need to see more of Kittle. I need to see more leadership. I'm tired. I'm tired of mediocre play. I'm tired of always making excuses of why we lost. Well, we're going to do this next week and we still have a chance to make. We should be dominant. Yes, we're lacking a quarterback. Yes, Jimmy sucks. But we have what you call the so-called genius at coach, right? Kyle Shanahan, the genius play caller. How are you going to have Debo, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle? Now you have CMC and only scored 23 points. How are you going to have those top players and only score 23 points? It's unexcusable. I'm sorry. I am sorry if I'm letting my emotions out, but I'm irritated. And you should as well. It doesn't mean I'm not going to watch the game on Sunday. It doesn't mean I don't rep my colors. I wear my jerseys. I wear my hats. I got tattoos on my body. I represent no matter what. Through the bad and through the good, I represent the 49ers as you do as well. But I'm not going to accept this garbage that I saw on Sunday and make excuses of why we lost. We got to play better. It was embarrassing. Our defense looked like a high school JV squad. Minus Bosa. Bosa was bad too, though. Let's keep it real. Bosa, those two, when he lined up and we got those two penalties back to back, that was all Bosa. Yeah, he got a sack. And yes, Hufanga got that interception. But they were not at their best either, man. So, you know what? I'm sorry, David. They're included. None of that minus Bosa and Hufanga. At least not in my book. They're included. Are my expectations too high for Bosa? No. Bosa is an all-pro. He needs to play like that every freaking game. Or don't be out there. Maybe you might say, dang, Niner. Sickness, you're too harsh. Everybody's entitled to a bad day. Yeah, they are. But there still need to be accountability to it. Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate it, girl. Thank you for always stopping by. You are awesome. Let me know if I'm talking out of the side of my ass. That's okay. I can take it. We are elite. We are elite. We are an elite QB away from Super Bowl win. Not the way we played on Sunday. I'm sorry, Paul. Because as bad as Jimmy played, everything that happened on defense, everything that happened on special teams, Jimmy had nothing to do with it. Now, Jimmy did his stupid stuff on offense. But I know you're talking generally. You're not talking just Sunday. I understand where you're coming from. And you're right. You saw what a good team looks like. If you want to know what a good team coach, a well-coached team and a well-quarterback team is, the Kansas City Chiefs. We saw firsthand Andy Reid, a freaking Hall of Fame head coach, in my opinion, calling up plays, and you had a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes executing it. That is a vision to see what a quarterback and coach looks like. Buffalo, their coach and Josh Allen. The 49ers are by any means any level of the Buffalo Bills or the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me ask you, if the Super Bowl was in 2 weeks from today, and we were playing either the Chiefs or the Bills, will you be fired up? Keep it 100. If the Super Bowl was 2 weeks from Sunday, and we were playing in it, but we were playing either the Bills or the Chiefs, would you be excited? Would you even say we might have a chance? There's a possibility we might win? Or you're like, oh, hell no. That's going to be tough. If you keep it 100 to yourself, you can't see the Niners beating the Buffalo Bills or the Chiefs. I mean, everything has to go the Niners' way. But thank God that the Super Bowl is not 2 weeks from this Sunday. There's still enough time for Kyle Shanahan to get this team turned around. Let's get moving in the right direction. Let's get healthy. Let's build confidence. Because I'll tell you one thing about the Seattle Seahawks, and I can't stand the Seahawks. They are playing with confidence. You can say whatever you want by Mr. Horse chewing gum and Pete Carroll, but he is coaching his squad very well. Freaking Geno Smith is playing like a freaking Pro Bowl quarterback. They're coached well. And you got to give Pete Carroll credit, man. He knew it was time to get rid of Russell Wilson. And he knew he was going to get the farm for him. He pretty much validated, I can't say that word. But you guys know what I mean. to the Broncos. He just messed up the Broncos, man. That's that word. I can't pronounce that word. You guys, I think you guys know what I mean. Not validated. I can't. Anyway. But I just saw Pete Carroll doing that to Hackett. You want a quarterback? Give us all the draft picks. He's good. No, he's not. I'm just saying. Freaking Pete Carroll. Now, they didn't believe in Geno Smith either. If they did, they wouldn't have traded for their quarterback. But props to Geno Smith. I don't like the Seahawks. I don't want the Seahawks to win. We're going to kick their butt. But Geno Smith has been playing good football. But you know what, Geno? It's time for you to hit reality and start losing, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm heartbroken. I really wanted Bosa versus a Bosa game. Yeah. Now, they don't really play each other, but I know what you mean. Like, who would have had more pressures and sacks to the, like, how many would Bosa have on their quarterback? How much would their Bosa have on our quarterback? Now, let's keep it real. We know that Nick is better than Joey. But we know Jimmy's not better than Justin. So, Herbert would not get sacked that easy. Jimmy would. So, the fact that Joey's not playing, maybe it's for the best. But you never want to see a good player not out there because it's not the same. You want to be the best, you beat the best out there. The worst stats and under how were 1 in 30 when Niners are trailing by 3 or more entering the third quarter. That is a terrible stat, Lino. Thank you for sharing that stat, Lino. Appreciate it, buddy. And you're right. That's a terrible stat, man. They got to fix that. Not only that, but they got to fix on stopping the opposing offense on third downs. How do you give up a 3rd and 20? And then later on, you give up a 3rd and 15 to McKinnon out of all players. How are you going to give it to that bozo? My goodness, the tackling was terrible. The communication amongst the defensive players were terrible. You got Fred Warner, and I forgot who else was defending Kelsey, and they let what's in him wide open. It's like, really? Bad communication. The reality is that D'Amico Ryans got out coached on Sunday. Now, can D'Amico turn it around on Sunday? I think he can. I'm telling you, D'Amico, I'm telling you, this defense is going to look really good on Sunday against the Rams. This defense got embarrassed. These players, they have pride. They don't want to be embarrassed like this again. I'm not saying they won't, but they don't want to. And I think they're going to make a statement against the Rams. And I love it. I love that they're going to make a statement. They're going to say, we're going to beat these Rams and we're going to beat them good. Right now, the sacks are what killing us. We faced 2 AFC West squads, had 2 stupid Jimmy safeties. Melissa, even though Trent Williams kind of gave away that sack, but what is Jimmy doing holding onto the ball? What is he doing double pumping in the end zone? He needs to be aware of his surroundings. Get rid of the ball. Throw it out of bounds. Get rid of it. Well, you got to throw it out of bounds, but throw it to, just get rid of it. Don't take the sack. At worst, we would have had a field goal. The way that Robbie Gould was kicking that day, that field goal would have been automatic. And we would have went in halftime with the lead. Instead of being 14-13, it would have been 16-14. But no. Jimmy thinks he's Santa Claus. And he wants to give to the goodwill. Oh, let me give you an interception. I don't know about you guys, but how many times did you guys see that over and over again, that stupid play? Jeff Wilson Jr., and it was designed by Kyle Shanahan to get the ball to Jeff Wilson Jr. He was open. And Jimmy panics and just throws the ball up in the air. What shit is that? How are we going to tolerate that? How are you going to tolerate that? I am done with Mike McGlinchey. He needs to go. Absolutely, 100% with you, 49er throwback. He's not getting any younger. Niners better not bring him back. The Niners will surprise you in ways you don't want to be surprised, bro. What? That iPad said, I want to talk 49ers too. The iPad's pissed off at Kyle. I don't even want to let the iPad, this iPad right here, I don't want it anywhere near. I don't want it, where is it? I don't want to put this iPad anywhere near Kyle Shanahan, because if I do, it will kick his blankety blank blank blank. Jake Brundle is okay. He has 6 penalties. He's okay? Oh, man, he's terrible. Listen, for a lot of you guys that did not like Aaron Banks, that was pissed off that we drafted up in the second round. I heard this. I was listening on Twitter and 49er groups. Aaron Banks is a bust. What the hell were the Niners thinking? It's a wasted pick. What? Aaron Banks can't play. And the Niners are like, wait and see what Aaron Banks can do. Just because he did not play well at the right side as guard, where his natural position is left. And he was hurt. Aaron Banks has not given a sack. Let me look at PFF real quick. Do you guys know that he was ranked high on PFF? I think he had like a 91.5 or where's PFF? There's PSF. Give me a second. Let me log into the premium stats. All right, let me open this up. Oops. I said open up, not close. Sorry. And let me type in the player by player. All right. So Aaron Banks. All right, let's see. He was drafted in the second round, 48 overall. What was his grades? A 91.5. A 91.5 was his grades against Kansas City. He hasn't given up a sack. Spencer, what was Spencer? Spencer wasn't that high either. I don't think it was high. Let's see here. Boom, boom. He was a 65.1. Not bad. A 65.1. Let me see what Jake Brundle was. Oops, hold on, guys. Jake Brundle. Well, he was 74.4. A 74.4. So he wasn't that bad either in this game. So looking at the offense, and oh my God, let me bring Mike McClinchy. I don't even want to look at his. Mike McClinchy. A 59.1. 59.1. This is a first overall, ninth, selected in the ninth. What would we, oh my goodness. Talk about, and then people are pissed off that we gave up picks for CMC. Picks are not guaranteed that they're going to work out. 10 and his buddies got to go. Floppy, Ross, the boss, and Juice. I love it, Floppy. Jimmy better pick up the game. He better. Absolutely. I don't want Kyle fired yet. I like the way you put it. Yet, comma. I'm giving him a chance to develop Trey Lance. I'm with you. It's we got to see what he can do with Trey to truly get an idea of how good he can coach a good freaking. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Melissa. Listen, guys. A good friend of ours and all the 49er community, if you watch content creators, which I know you do, Wayne Breezy, amazing guy. He's been on my show, great guy. I love Wayne Breezy. He works hard. He dedicates himself to the work. He was a musician teacher that stopped doing that to go full force in the content world. He was, I forgot how many subs he was away, and it wasn't a lot, from 5,000 subs. And something happened, which I'm not going to share what it was. Wayne can share that. You can ask Wayne if you want to know. But they did him wrong. They did him wrong, and he lost his channel. Now he's disputing it with YouTube, trying to get it back, and let's pray that he gets it back. He lost every content video in the archives of that particular channel. But he started a new channel in the meanwhile. We're praying that he will get it back, his old channel, and he will leave off where he left off. But he started a new channel. Please go follow him. Please go and subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to the channel. Melissa, if you can put the link in the comment, his address to his channel, and I will bring it up, please. But go and sub to Wayne Breezy. If you haven't, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen him. But if you haven't, subscribe to him. And this is the opportunity for you to get to see what he does. Great guy. Much love and respect for him. Thank you, Melissa, for bringing that up. Appreciate it. I'm not going to say he wouldn't be, Tom, because I like Justin Fields. I think he's a great quarterback, just in a bad situation. It was worse last year, though. I got to admit that. That was a nice win over the Patriots, especially beating Bill Belichick in his own backyard. That was nice by the Bears, for sure. But I'm sold that Trey Lance is still the quarterback of the future for this team. David Villa, welcome to the channel, my friend. How you doing? What up, Faithful and my man Niners Sickness? Let's get back on track and beat those Lambs. Absolutely, brother. And we will. And we are going to get back on track. Firing Kyle, replacing him with who? DeMeco Ryan? Well, see, the thing is, if we do fire him and we get DeMeco Ryan, he's a defensive coordinator. Okay, so we cover the head coach slot, but DeMeco's not going to be the play caller. Who's going to call plays? Who is he going to bring in to develop Trey Lance? Now, I said this earlier on my show when I had my guest, Eric Davis, E-Man. I get emotional and I get mad and I'm like, fire Kyle, fire everybody. But then I relax, I calm down, and I realize, okay, now that I got my emotions out, now that I wanted everybody to get fired, I realized that just because my emotions was yelling that is not exactly the right thing for the 49ers right now. Kyle, like him or not, gives us the best chance on winning a Super Bowl. Don't give me the what is. Don't give me the, let's bring in, what's his name? The coordinator for the Buffalo Bills, Ken Dorsey. He's unproven. Maybe he's better. We don't know that. Well, what about Sean Payton? Do you really want Sean Payton? I think Sean Payton was just a beneficiary of having a great quarterback like Drew Brees in New Orleans. Who is out there that you can sincerely say, you know what? This person can definitely develop Trey better. This individual can definitely be better than Kyle Shanahan right now. And I'm talking about people that are available or going to be available. I'm not talking like a Sean McVay. Well, he would have been better. Well, he's not available, whether he would have been better or not. Niner Empire will take over Levi South again. Yes, we better take it over. Tanisha is in the house. What's up, Tanisha? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, girl. Shanahan, Rocky, how you doing, Rocky? Welcome. Make sure to hit that like button for your boy Niner Sickness. I would appreciate it. Shanahan will be the coach for the next 7 years. Quit your crying. Well, Rocky, listen. I'm entitled to cry as much as tears that I have. That is my freedom to do as a Niner fan. People may not agree with me. That's fine. People may or may not. I said it before. Let's fire Kyle. And I say that when I'm emotional, when I'm pissed off, and I'm heated at the moment. But then when I calm down, I'm not delusional. Okay? Angry? Fire Kyle. Calm down? No, we're not going to fire Kyle. Kyle gives us our best chances of winning. That's the difference. It's okay to be pissed. It's okay to yell. How many times have you thrown things out of your anger? Or hit the punching bag? The difference is, do I want Kyle fired when I'm calm? No. Do I want him fired when he coaches the way he did on Sunday? Absolutely. But that's just my emotions. And I won't apologize for that. Clown Man, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the channel. Lambs have 1 ring. Well, technically they have 2, but I hear you. Hufanga can tackle. He's getting better. He's getting better. In my opinion, he's getting better. Could he do better? Absolutely. But Hufanga is starting to play better football. Ever since Harbaugh, the Niners can't run the damn screenplay. Now, one thing I hated about Harbaugh was always calling timeouts because he had bad clock management. Did you guys forget about that with Harbaugh? His clock management was terrible. But I do miss Harbaugh. I don't think the players did. A lot of those players, man, I heard that he was very hard to play for. But he was productive. Who knows? Do you think Jed York, for what I heard, Harbaugh and Jed York, they meant the fence. They started to let things heal. Could they be a possible return in the future of Harbaugh? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, but that's a possibility. I'm good to see you, David. Preach, Mariah. Yeah, I love her fire. The whole team took that ass whipping. The poor right guard. Yep. Steven Ortega. Seahawks play the Giants. Hope they lose, Niner sickness. The Giants have been playing good football. The Giants have been playing really good football. I think the Giants have been playing better than the Eagles. That's just my opinion. I think the Eagles are a bit of a fraud. They're not playing nobody. Kind of like the 49ers. They haven't really played any. The only difference is they're winning. We're not. But the Giants are a pretty good team. Gable or whatever his name, the head coach of the Giants, man, what a hire. What a hire. Grant Cohn says this Niner team isn't good. What's up, Nick Jones? And he's entitled to his opinion. And many of you guys agree with him. Many of you guys don't. It's okay. It's okay for Grant Cohn to say what he says. It's his opinion. And I've heard people talk crap about Grant Cohn. Why? He speaks the way he feels. That's the way I look at it is this. If you can handle and agree with Grant Cohn, follow him, support him, watch his videos, watch his rants. If you don't like Grant Cohn and you think that he's this or that, then don't follow him. It's that simple. Follow him if you like him. Don't follow him if you don't. I like Grant Cohn. Sometimes I don't like what he says, but he keeps it real, man. People may say, well, clicks. Everybody wants clicks. Let's keep it real. Everybody wants clicks. Everybody wants subs. Why are you in the business of a content creator if you don't want the subs and clicks? And there's different ways of getting it. So more power to him, in my opinion. Disgusted is too nice for the dumb penalties. Absolutely, Melissa, you're right. You are right. And I agree. Niner sickness, did you see Frank Clark get suspended? No, I didn't. I didn't know he got suspended. I wish he would have got suspended before the game on Sunday. But no, please tell. Or I will look it up after this live. Hell, ain't nobody stepping up. They just going through the motions. We are lacking leadership. That's at the bottom line is, I said this in the beginning of my show towards the beginning. What this team is doing, they're lacking leadership. They're lacking leadership. Where are the Joe Staleys for the offense? And where are the Richard Shermans for the defense? There's no accountability. There's no players chewing out other players. We need players to chew out other players and say, listen, this is not our type of football. That crap that happened on Sunday should not ever happen again. Who will step up in 2022 and begin to lead this team? Because every team needs leaders. There's a lot of captains there, but they need leaders. A player that is not afraid to tell you to your face to get your shit together. Robbie Gould needs to take command of this team and win a championship. Imagine Robbie Gould being that leader, the kicker. Ain't no excuse for what happened last. Nope. No excuse. Absolutely 100%. It's not all the George. It's not all on George. That is BS. No, George is starting to turn things around, but we can get more out of George than we have gotten out of. But then again, if he's blocking for the majority of the time, when does he get those opportunities to show off what he can do? I said this, Melissa, on the NWO show we had yesterday. They were kind of nittled down on George, and I'm like, if you put George Kittle on the Kansas City Chiefs and you put Kelsey on the 49ers, Kittle would be doing much more than what Kelsey would be doing. So it's really not that much on Kittle. It's where he's at, right? You put Kittle, his style of play, with Patrick Mahomes on that and Andy Reid, and the guys will be explosive. So that right there should tell you that how good Kittle is. Just when he's blocking for the most of the time, you don't get your opportunities. Bigger issues is attitude. Kittle, stop with the WWR crap. I hear you. Jimmy, stop smiling. Don't you just want to slap that smile off his face? I know that that's just who he is. That is just who Jimmy is. Jimmy is smiling no matter what. But man, bro, I don't mind him smiling, but when you're losing, you're getting your ass kicked the way we did on Sunday, and you turn around and look at the sidelines, and Jimmy's like everything's all good and dandy. That's annoying, man. That shit's annoying. That's when you want to go up to Jimmy. And now, listen, a lot of people have been saying about Brandon Ayuk in his comments, he's not more vocal. Well, let's be real. Can Brandon Ayuk really say how he feels about Jimmy? Can he really express his thought process? Can Kittle really say how he felt about Jimmy? When Jimmy threw that bonehead interception, imagine if Kittle came up to and said, "What the hell were you thinking, Jimmy, you dumbass?" But he's not going to do that. He's not going to put his teammate under the bus. But it doesn't mean he don't think it. Now, maybe not much Kittle, because Kittle likes Jimmy. We all know that. But Brandon Ayuk is probably like, I did not work the whole offseason with freaking Trey Lance to just get the Jimmy version. You know what I mean? Well, thank you, Tom. I don't know what I'm right about, but thank you. Niner Sickness, you think Rams are losing? Have you seen the players we have? Like, you done your research. we have Akers, Cooper, Ramsey, Donald, Wagner, Matty Gay. Oh my goodness, Nick Jones. You must be a Rams fan. No disrespect. Cam Akers is not even playing for your team right now. Cam Akers might not even play another down for your team this year. Ramsey is Ramsey. Donald's is Donald, but Aaron Donald's the only pass rush you're getting from him. Ain't nobody else. You know what's funny? Rudy from the Ramilia Sports Report, he keeps showing this video clip and he's trying to make fun of the 49ers, right? And he shows this video clip and the video clip shows that, well, how is Aaron Donald going to get to the quarterback? It is unfair. A lot of defensive tackles, they get not only single team, but they get double team. But when you have 3 to 4 49ers defending Aaron Donald, how is he going to penetrate? And he says that as a joke. He shows the video as a joke, right? But then I thought about it. Wait a minute. If the Niners can put 4 offensive linemen on AD by himself, you know what that tells me? They're not worried about anybody else on that defense. Right? If they can put 4 people on Aaron Donald, that means they're not afraid of any other pass rusher doing any type of damage on the Rams. And I thought that was hilarious. Because if you had another pass rusher like Von Miller, you better believe 4 linemen would not be on AD. The fact that nobody's covering anybody else means that there's nobody else that brings pressure other than AD. Bobby Wagner, he's decent. He's a great upgrade for the Rams. But he's not the same Bobby that he was in Seattle. But he's still an upgrade for the Rams. And the rest of those guys, I don't even know who they are. So, I'm sorry, Nick, but that doesn't scare me one bit about the Rams. We would get smacked. You're probably talking about if we went to the Super Bowl. Sometimes I'm so behind on the damn comments from what I mentioned earlier that I forget what the comments responses are. I believe we can make a run. Absolutely, Brian. Why not? Let's turn it around and let's start with the Lambs. Let's silence the Lambs. Once we silence the Lambs, we can go on, go and have our bye, get better, get healthier, and then come out swinging and beat the Chargers. I love it. I love it. Welcome. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome. Make sure to hit that like button. Yep. And that, I believe,